Watching it again, I feel like it's watching it in black and white is weird because it's like it heightens the soundtrack. I feel like you things stick out to you more than they do in color. I don't know really. It's hard to really put my finger on what it is about it, or why that is. But yeah, I enjoy it in black and white very much, and I'm glad we were able to pull that off.
That's awesome. That was good. Congratulations, guys. Proud of you.
Any other last words for
closing thoughts? No, it was an awesome movie. I'm not like a big superhero movie fan, and you could say, well, that's kind of a superhero movie. It's kind of not. This time, he's really not saving anyone but the kids, and even he does that reluctantly.
Well, let's. I have a story. So my buddy Brian, another coworker, he actually didn't like this movie at all. And when I talked to him about why, he said it's because there was no use of mutant powers, or at least not the way that he wanted. That it didn't feel like an X-Men movie to him.
Well, see, but that's what I didn't like about
all the other
Wolverine was there was no. That was a good movie, and they didn't need any kind of mutant stuff in the movie in the Wolverine. And I like the Doctor was a mutant. Who cares? Like the girl being psychic. His friend in the movie, the Japanese girl being psychic. That was cool, but I forget her name in the movie. The Doctor, she had
the snake tongue and stuff, the venom.
There was really no reason in that movie for her to be a mutant. But that's what, in my opinion, what made Logan cool was.
Yeah, the more I feel like grounding all these people or whatever. It was just different.
Yeah,
and fun. But yeah, is that it?
Yeah,
I think so. All right, my next one is It. I really enjoyed this movie going into the theater and watching it. It was, I wouldn't say it's really scary, but it's more of it's like the jump scares, I guess. They just the pop, so that pops out and
but they're not
spooks
cheap.
You. Yeah, no,
they're not cheap scares.
No, but I don't know.
I feel like they do this thing where it's more that they're trying to creep you out, as opposed to kind of like The Fly, where it's not like your traditional horror film where it's like they're trying to build this tone, and they're not trying to throw crazy amounts of blood or gore at you. You know what I mean? They're doing something more.
That's what I like about it. No,
go back.
And I know I like their this version of Pennywise. He was really creepy, and one of the things that really creeped me out was when he was in the one of the first scenes when he's talking to Georgie, and he starts drooling, when he's getting closer to the little opening to the sewers.
Yeah,
and you can see him. He's just like, "Oh, hey, Georgie," and then you see his lips, and it's just drooling. And he's like. You can just tell he wants to, oh, this, it's a piece of meat. He just wants to eat them, and that's one of the things that, is just oh, it's fucking creepy. And the cast in this was amazing. The kids were super talented.
And that movie doesn't work unless the kids are good.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, if even if one of them's bad, it'll pull you out of the movie. But I feel like they all fit together, and you can tell they all had a good time.
The camaraderie between the Losers Club was what makes
real.
The film good. Yeah, good.
Yeah. I really enjoyed what's his name? Finn Wolfhard?
Yeah.
From Stranger Things. I like his character. He was the comedic relief throughout the movie, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah. But it's cool, and I really can't wait for the part 2, and that's probably I I hope they start that soon if they're not already starting it.
I think it's planned for that same weekend in 2019.
Okay.
So they'll
probably start filming within the year.
Yeah. They should have everything set to go sometime later this year.
Yeah, because they're still casting.
I haven't heard anything about casting.
But what did you guys think about it? I enjoyed this movie a lot.
It was awesome. I've read the book when I was in high school. The book gets into a lot of weird, batshit stuff.
I've watched some videos and read some things about what's not in the movie that is pretty much they can't put in the movie because of certain things. But
things that are kind of dated or just weird.
It's dated, but then, I mean, I think Stephen King was definitely into some of his addictions by the time he wrote that book. So the book goes off on like weird tangents.
I know there's a part where they two of the kids they have the kids have an orgy with the one girl.
Yeah,
so that's kind of weird. That's not kind of weird. It is weird. And I can see why they didn't put that in the movie.
It doesn't need to be there.
I haven't read the book, so I don't know what leads up to that for that situation to happen.
After they defeat it, I believe
it's a celebration.
Maybe
they're like, yeah, we got them orgy in the sewers.
They're lost in the sewers.
Okay.
It's kind of like Lost because they're not in that group. It's kind of like what happens in the movie when after they have that confrontation with them at the house.
Yeah,
and they kind of split and go their ways. They're kind of in that mindset. And then Beverly thinks that the only thing that'll bring them all together is if they do that. It's really fucking weird. I don't know why it's in the book. I mean, it's bizarre.
Yeah. I know there's a part in the book where I think two of the kids do some drugs or something, and they go back in time, something like that.
Yeah, they kind of see the origins
of it, or where his spaceship crashing or something.
Yeah, it's
spoilers. He's an alien.
Yeah, it's really weird. I like the movie. I know that some people say that the book is written where you have stuff with the kids, then stuff with the adults, and it goes back and forth, and that kind of informs what they did as kids, kind of informs what they're doing now as the adults, and vice versa. But the only way to really make that movie and not make it a 6-hour movie or some 10-part miniseries or whatever was to split it naturally with kids and then have the second part be about the adults.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really good choice to make. I know a lot of people were really upset that when they heard that the movie was coming out that they were going to do that. But I think once they saw the movie, they realized, no, that was...
It works out that way.
Yeah, it works much better that way. At least cinematically.
Well,
that helicopter's going to keep circling all night long, dude.
Yeah, until we stop. And then
they know we're recording.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this film. I got to go see it. I saw it a couple times in the theater, and it's definitely an experience. They have their hands full trying to top this one, I think, with Chapter 2. I hope they can. I hope they're able to get such a solid cast for the adults. I know they have a plan. They've shot a bunch of stuff ahead of schedule during the first one with the kids that they're going to intertwine for Chapter 2.
Yeah,
so they're going to bounce back into flashbacks and whatnot, much like the other movie and the book. But talking about this movie again, I really loved it. And I think it's definitely one of the... It deserves all the praise that it's getting, and as you said, it's not so much like shit your pants kind of scary, I guess. Maybe for some people who really have a phobia of clowns.
Oh, yeah.
There's some really weird stuff in there. But yeah, it's more like a fun, I guess if you can't handle this kind of stuff, it's just a fun, very tight story. You know what I mean? And good pick, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, that would have been on my list if it were 20 films long.
No, so that's it for me. I know You next, Wes?
Yeah. So we're on 4? Or what?
Because you skipped your 6 and went to 5.
Oh, okay.
And then he skipped his 5 and went to 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Kind of jumping everywhere now.
So what are we on? 5?
You're on 4.
4. Okay. Sorry. War for the Planet of the Apes.
Still haven't seen it, man.
This was one that, God, I really wanted to put on.
You didn't?
It's not in my top 10.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It would be a top 20 movie, but it was one of those. This was one that was definitely a hard choice for me to drop because it was fantastic. But I'll let you talk about it since it's on your list.
Well, it's considered sci-fi. It was directed by Matt Reeves. It's got a 93 on Rotten. It's about an army of humans pursuing Caesar and his apes. After both sides take losses, an inevitable battle is to follow.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Andy Serkis, of course, the mighty Woody Harrelson, and Steve Zahn.
Steve Zahn was really good in it.
Yeah. The little bit that I wrote was this is a fitting end to an amazing trilogy. I really liked it. I couldn't have closed it better myself. It's great. I won't get into any spoilers since you said you haven't seen it. I think you bought it.
I bought it. Yeah, I bought it for right before Black Friday.
You're in for a treat.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
I think it's better than both of its predecessors.
Well, because I wasn't, when Rise of the Planet of the Apes came out, I wasn't like, I was just kind of meh.
Uh-huh.
Like, I didn't see it in the theater. I forget what was going on at the time, but seeing the trailers, I was just kind of meh. And then didn't see Dawn either, because that came out like right in the middle of summer, and that was when Comic-Con was coming around and everything, so I had my hands full. But really wanted to see War for the Planet of the Apes because I heard they were all really, really good. So I went back and watched the 2 before I went to see War for the Planet of the Apes. And I think that Rise of the Planet of the Apes is good, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is even better, and War for the Planet of the Apes was fantastic. Like, it builds.
It gradually gets better.
Yeah, it gradually gets better. And not to say that Rise of the Planet of the Apes isn't a good movie, because it's a good movie too. Mm-hmm. But, like, with each successive chapter, they got better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Rise kind of lays the foundation for what's to come, and then they build off of it. And by the time you get to the end, it's remarkable what they really accomplish. And I think Woody, the choice to bring him on board, he did such a good job being the villain. And you got to check it out as soon as you can, dude.
And the effects got better too.
Oh,
with each movie, the effects got better and better.
A lot better.
Yeah.
I would have to say so. When are you going to watch it, dude?
I'll probably watch it tonight. Because I actually have it. So I will be able... I'll watch it tonight and I'll let you know how it was, how I thought of it. I mean, if you guys both like it, so I'm obviously going to like it.
It was really good. I wish I could have had a chance to watch it again, but it came out like in a busy summer.
Yeah.
I've actually only seen it once in the theater. So I think it's time that I check it out again, too.
Nice.
But that was my number 4.
Okay.
Back to me. Okay, this is a recent release. But my number 3 is The Shape of Water, which just came out, maybe a few weeks ago. I know it was limited. It went wide, I think, on Christmas Day or the Friday before, on the 22nd. But I was able to catch it last week, and it's fantastic. I thought it was really good. It's Guillermo del Toro who did it, who is another director I think is hit or miss sometimes. And this was probably my favorite movie of his.
Oh, really?
That he's done, yeah.
Okay.
It's a period movie, too. It takes place in the Cold War.
Oh, okay.
So that's cool. But it's kind of this strange mashup. And Wesley, I know you've seen it. Yeah. It's kind of like this strange mashup of, like, monster movie, like Cold War, like paranoia movie, like love story. It's really well done. It's really good. Everyone in it is awesome. Like